Hello and welcome back. Grillman's Garage. The Holystone HS360E, possibly one of the worst sub 250 gram camera drones that Holystone has produced to date. Is that true? It comes in a beautiful case. It's gorgeous, semi-hard, beautiful. It's molded. It's got everything in it. It's very compact, beautiful looking drone. Okay, beautiful controller. It looks like an N1 DJI controller with a monitor on it. What's not to like about it? Let's get into it. Let's find out why some people aren't that happy with the specs on this, specifically for the price. Let's go. So let's talk about pricing. There must be some kind of a price war going on because DJI has slashed their prices on their mini drones over and over and over again. So let's say in Canadian prices, I can buy a DJI Mini 4K for $362 Canadian. Okay. This Holystone 360E on Amazon will cost me $360 Canadian. Okay. If I want a Fimi Mini 3 SE from AliExpress, I can pick it up for $220 US. Okay, but this Holystone 360E will cost the same amount in US dollars on Amazon in the United States. So this is the same price as a DJI Mini 4K or a Fimi Mini 3 SE. We're beginning to see why they're saying this now could be one of the worst deals out there for a sub 250 gram drone, which this is 247 point something that's on the market today. Okay, it doesn't have an axis gimbal. It doesn't have much in the opportunity of varying your frames per second in your photos. It doesn't have much range. It doesn't have a lot of stuff, but it has a phenomenal case. Everything fits beautifully. It's got a beautifully printed manual. Let's get into some other things here. If you saw my other video on the 360E, I listed all the specs of it and everything else. The camera on this is a little subpar in today's market. Okay, it does take reasonably good, and I mean very good photographs, but the video imagery is hit and miss depending on the wind and how you fly. Okay, because it doesn't have an axis gimbal. It's solid. It's a rubber mounted gimbal. Okay, so it's got very limited potential in giving you stable video. It's not horrible if there's no wind. Yes, you can go up and take some videos for inspections, but putting this in the same price range as the Fimi Mini 3 SE or even the DJI Mini 4K, Mini 2 SE, etc., is way overboard for what the current pricing is today. So as my thumbnail said, is it one of the worst dollar for dollar sub 250 gram video drones on the market today? Obviously, yes, because you can buy 3 or 4 or 5 different other ones at a better price, okay, or the same price. A few dollars here, a few dollars there, and that makes the difference. Originally, when they all came out, it might have been more competitive. Now, it's what, 8 months later, 7-8 months later, the competition's ramping up and we're coming into late summer. Some new ones are going to come, and don't forget, after October, the Chinese drone market ramps up for Christmas and the New Year. There we go. Let's get this on the map. I haven't had it up in a while. I've charged the batteries up. We're going to have a look, see if anything's changed. I don't think it's got any capability of being updated, but I said that about the HS900, and it does have the capacity to be upgraded. And I am liking that HS900 more and more each time I fly it. But this is a completely different bird, meant for somebody completely different. And if you put the comparisons into an AI algorithm, you come up with the 360E versus the Atom SE, the Atom LT. It even throws in there the DJI 2 SE and the Fimi Mini 3 SE, but that's not even a fair comparison. So yeah, if you're comparing apples to apples, there's not many that compare to this. apples to apples that are not in the really sub-budget market, okay? Like under $100. Let's say like I was going to say the L200Pro Max, but that's even better. So, and that's only $70 US. That's one of the best bargains of 2025, hands down, for sure. There is the Amida S20 Lite, has no GPS, but for around the house and that, when there's no wind, it's got a pretty good camera for taking photos. Okay, does it compare to this? Well, it's half the price, more than half the price. It's only like $80, okay, US. So there you go. There are lots of really budget-minded drones, sub 250 gram, that are half the price of this and do as good a job or even better in some instances, okay? But let's put this up. Let's see how it hovers. Let's see if it's any better than a Fimi in a hover, okay? And let's go from there. Get it on the mat. I was going to put it on the mat on the pizza box, but I want to show you the setup for this. A beautiful case. Everything fits wonderful, except it doesn't fit with the sticks, and the sticks are on the bottom here. So you have to take the sticks out to begin with, and that's bothersome in some right, okay? You flip this up just like the N1 controller, and that's great. And you take out, there we are, okay? There we go. We take this as the cord out for the USB-C that goes into my phone. However, my phone has a case on it, so I have to put an adapter so I can get it in there, okay? But we don't put it in yet. And there's a reason for that. If you look in the book, it tells you how to set it up and how to start it. And we'll do this here, then we'll put it on the mat and what you have to do, and they suggest to do it every time you fly, which is a compass calibration. They also say that it could take between 40 seconds and 90 seconds for this to connect. So we're going to find out. We start the drone, we start the controller, you have to wait for that to bind and connect, and then you can hook in your phone and run the HS drone app. Okay, so here we go. Push and twice. Push and hold. Push and hold. Here we go. Push and hold. There we go. You don't have to worry about the gimbal going up and down because it's not going anywhere. This one here, power button is there. Push and hold. Power on. Now I have to wait. I don't know if you can see that. It says it's connecting, but it beeps. Okay? Beep, beep, beep. And you have to wait for it to connect. There's a GPS mode, and once it's finished connecting, it's going to go into GPS mode. How long we have to wait, and we're right next to it. We're just waiting for it to connect. There we go, and it says GPS mode right there. GPS mode, okay? There we go. Now we can plug in our phone. So we have to be careful because the rubber grommets on the bottom are very... There we go, maybe that'll work. Okay, slide it over. Okay, let's go to recorder. There we go. We're just going to get things going here. And we want to start our, pretty soon, plug it in. There we go. We plugged in. It says it's connecting. We have to use this one down here. Come on. There we go. Here we go. Okay. And the white bar is always on the side. We don't know why. So we're going to do the recorder that I told you about in one of my last videos. And we can sync this all up. So this is the thing. Again, you can go into your gallery. You can learn about things on videos if you're connected to the internet and all this kind of stuff. Okay. So we're going to control.
GPS mode.
GPS mode. Okay. And we can do the speeds by this top button here. Sport. Camera mode, which is the low mode. Okay. We're going to switch over to the video. Okay. Now it has all kinds of features, so it says, but unless it's absolutely 100% dead calm, zero wind, I wouldn't try the features at all, because you never know where it's going to go. So it says we've got, I don't know how many, it says it's got a whole whack of satellites, but we're good to go there. Okay, so from here I'm going to put on the mat, but I'm going to do a compass calibration. Okay, vertical, it's hard to see, and horizontally. Here we go. So we should be good to go. And also it's a proprietary charging system for the battery. It comes with a little charger reminiscent of the Hubsan drones. Okay, lose that, you can't charge your battery anymore, so be careful. That's another little thing there. Okay, so we've got it on the mat, and it's reversed to every other drone anywhere. It's the right wheel that adjusts the camera, and I'm just going to move it a little bit. You can't move it a little bit up. Okay, you can go down once, then you go down a little bit farther, but when you come back up, you're there. I don't know where that first one goes to. We'll find out when we get it up in the air. Okay. Now, there is no automatic takeoff. There's an automatic takeoff button on landing here. For landing, yes, it would work. You click it once, it'll land. Takeoff, no, you have to manually unlock the motors, okay, to do that. It's got a nice screen, but if you were in the sunlight, you wouldn't be able to see it, okay? So, down and in. Down and out. Down and in. Down and out. Okay, let's try this then. Nothing. That one. Nothing. Well, isn't that just peachy? We're going to come down, we're going to turn it all off and start it all over again, okay? That little incident connection took about 25% of the battery of the controller. It was at 98% when we started. Okay, we're waiting for it to connect. We're going to get out of this guy here, and we're going to get rid of you, and we're just going to, oh, that's the small thing of what the temperature is like today. It's 21 degrees and between 17 and 20 mile an hour gusts of wind. There we go. So we're going to connect it properly here. There we go. And we're going to connect it the way the book says. There we go. It's going around. I've got the HS fly. I'm in. I'm going to control.
GPS mode.
GPS mode. Okie dokie. We're going to switch over to the camera, to the video. We're done. If you look in here, we've got 120, 46 meters, all that kind of stuff. That's great. Great. Okay. We've done everything. Let's start the motors. Down and in. There we go. And we're just click this and see what happens. Once, there it is. Okay. Yeah, it's up. It's going to the right. I don't want it to go to the right. You can see by the video. And then it's going down. And then it goes up. It's a horrible hover. It's all over the place. Okay, let's just go forward a bit. You got to really know how to handle these sticks. The GPS on this is not very good at all. Really. I mean, this could be a lot better. But anyway, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it down. And we're going to have it sit there and see what happens. I'm not touching it at all. And you can see it coming down. Okay. You can visibly see it on the screen where it's moving. Going up again. Okay. Watch the height and watch the distance change. Height is down. Yeah. And the distance is changing. That's not too bad now. Anyway, I wouldn't trust it. So let's just turn it. Well, it's going down slowly. Let's go around. We've got it in. There we go. Okay. So because there's no wind here, that's not too bad. So let's start that video. Okay, we come down. Where are you going? Holy moly. I haven't touched anything. And there is no wind in here. There is no wind. And I'm nothing. Okay. Well, let's turn around, let's get it up there, and we'll have to be careful of where we're going. It stopped the video on me. Why did it do that? Well, we'll do it this way. Ooh, as I remember on my first video, don't use the app screen. Okay, if you want to start and stop the video. Okay, let's turn around here. Come back here. Okay, let's do the speed thingy here. Speed. Camera mode. Okay, get back here. Okay, let's stop that. Whoa, let's take a picture. Come down. You can't get the camera anywhere in the middle. Where are we? Here we are. Take a picture quick before we lose it. There we go. Let's go back over the video. My, that's taking a long time. I'm actually nervous. I'm actually nervous flying this. Back and taking the video. Okay. Let's go around. Let's go up. What do we got as far as the battery goes? Still pretty good. Pretty good. Yep. Yep. Okay. Let's get up in the open sky so I can see where it's going. There it is. Okay, let's speed that up. Normal. Okay. There. That's as much as we can go there. Okay. Let's go up a little bit. Gotta be careful with this one. See that haze there? That's another thing I want to bring it up today. Okay. Oh my gosh, come on, don't do that. See that haze? That's from the forest fires out west in the prairies. Okay, I'm bringing this down. There's very light wind up there and it just knocks this thing all over. I mean, because there's no gimbal. Okay. And around we come. Come on down. Now full stick down. Okay, there we go. Again, I have to land this because I'm very nervous about it. Very nervous about it. Where are we here? We're here? Okay. I'm almost sweating. Almost sweating. Oh, there's Penny. Where's the other guy? There's Chew and Pen. There we go. But you can't adjust. You can't. There you are. It's about 6 to 8 inches off the ground. Get it up. I gotta go get it. I'm just a little bit too nervous about it, really. Okay, there we go. I was gonna give this one to my brother-in-law, but I'd be nervous even flying it. I really would. It's just. Okay, just a minute. Let's go get it. I'm gonna put my box underneath it. Okay. Turn around here. Grab the box. Bring it down. I'm just gonna say land. Click the button. Okay, you're gonna stop? Wow. Let's go back. 60%. 60% is left on this battery, so you might get 2 flights out of a charge of the controller. Okay, so let's stop this little video here. Well, before we do that, let's see if we can start this up again. Powering on. Now this time I didn't unhook anything. I just want to see what happens. It says it's trying to connect. It's doing its thing. Haven't turned anything off yet. It should be looking at the pizza box. We'll see what happens. What happened? Well, it didn't connect. Didn't connect. I got the beep. So where's my... Yeah, it works there, but I don't have any picture. So that didn't do it. So we got to unplug this. And we got to cancel all that. And we got to go into plug it in again. Plug it in again. And HS fly just once. There we go. Camera, boom. Normal mode. There we go. Anyway, so if we go into the thing, that's the photos that I took. That's the one photo I took. I thought I took another one, but anyway, maybe one. And it's the videos. Here's the videos. And these are probably saved, the ones that are saved on my phone. Yeah. So let's have a look at this one. The colors look good on this screen. They look good. But when you're not touching the sticks and it moves around like that, that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. So let's go, can we go back on that one? Okay, let's go back on that one. And let's turn this off. Power off. It's all powered off. Okay, unplug. Let's take the phone out. Okay, and let's turn this off. Now if I just go into that, which is that guy, boom, and I go there, my photos are here. Yeah, so these are the low resolution photos that are saved on your phone regardless. So you don't need an SD card to take the photos, which is really good. And they're the full-size photos. The videos are reduced, okay, much, but the photos are still here. So if I go to the photos, and we did format the card before we started, so there's only the one photo there, okay? And we can go in. You can't go in too much. You can't go in much at all, because there you go. But anyway, it is what it is. There you go. On the videos, we can go to the center video because it's numbered 33 seconds. Wow, 33 seconds. Like on the phone, the images look really nice. Like the colors are really, really good. They really do, okay? But as far as a where's the one that we were flying up on top? There we are. Okay. So we can go up. There we go. Look at the haze. Yeah, and I wasn't touching anything, and that's what happens to it. Okay, enough of this stuff. Let's wrap it up. Okay, we're going to come back for that. Okay, so there we have it, the Holystone 360E Echo. For entry level, I guess. As somebody else would say on another drone,
it's not my first choice.
No, would not be my first choice, okay? Would not be my choice of any kind, really. It's just not, I'd say it's not safe. You just don't know where it's going to do. You don't know what the wind's going to do to it. It blows the camera around, and if you're an inexperienced pilot, as soon as you see that going around, you get nervous and you don't know what your craft is doing. You think your craft is doing loops, and you bring it back down, and it's hard to control. It's not stable. It's just too nerve-wracking to fly. So the question was, is this the worst sub 250 gram video drone that Holystone produces? I would say it's very high on the list of being their worst drone, period. It's just horrible for flyability, for a beginner drone, for things like that. If it's a dead, calm, no wind scenario day, you might be able to get it up and get some good photographs and some decent video. It takes good video if it's dead still, okay? Like, it's a good point and shoot camera, I guess, but you're not gonna walk around, smile, click, okay? No, there's so many much better options. It's just, I was nervous. I was just too nervous flying it. Anyway, yeah, so Holystone 360E Echo. Is anybody want to buy it? $50, the whole shot. Okay, give me a call. Thank you. Till next time, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the bell, buy me a coffee, or buy a drone. Bye now. And before I forget, okay, the V-Copter Mini, everybody's supposed to get theirs by the end of August. I doubt it. They didn't say this year or next year, but anyway, there you go. Again, the Holystone HS360E, not on the recommended list.
It's not my first choice.
Wouldn't be mine either. I know.